Hey everybody, welcome to Goshen Prepping. Boy, do I have a video for you today. It's going to blow your mind, and even more so, stay to the end, because the results of this, wow, just wait and see. First off, look at this video. Look at this boat. Obviously not very good for the boat, so this is a one-way trip for these 2, 3, 4. I can't even count, I mean I probably could, how many people are coming off this boat. This was filmed, I'll show you in a minute, out in California. And of course, we're looking at nothing but illegal immigrants coming to the United States. These are obviously not going to be the friendlies, where they're just families who want to turn themselves in. Let me fast forward just a tad. Look at this handrail. Look at the handrail right there real quick. All right. I'll show you something about that in a minute too. All right. So he runs through the house. And when he gets outside of the road, look at what you find. I know he has trouble zooming in here for a second, but it'll clear up. There is a car waiting for these immigrants, and they pile in, stuffing in. And obviously this is them, because look, he starts driving away. He's like, lady, forget it, I'm out of here. And just continuously takes off. And not everybody even got in. They realize somebody's filming. Uh-oh, time to skedaddle ourselves. If you go back to the section right here, I just want to point out, notice it says Ocean Villas Luxury Rentals. And a quick Google search shows you, here it is, Ocean Villas Luxury Rentals. And from here you can see the exact same railing looking off to the beach. And of course the same front and everything that we saw on the sign out front. So I just want to confirm information. I always do. This is in Carlsbad, California. That's one of the things I take pride in, by the way, with Goshen Prepping, is I check sources to make sure everything is confirmed. For example, a few days ago, I put out an emergency broadcast that there was a ballistic missile shot down from Iran. I may not have been able to show you the pictures, but the context I have, I verified this. This was not simply speculation. And I had a lot of people say, well, I didn't see it on the news. Yeah, the news doesn't show everything, just FYI. I am very careful to make sure I corroborate everything before I put it out on this channel. So anyway, a quick corroboration shows this is the villa. So clearly that motorboat came flying up on the shore here, and the people disappeared into California. So that in itself is interesting, seeing that this is one-way trip. Probably the National Guard fences they're putting up along the border are working. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'll admit it when I'm wrong or if I don't know, but maybe there's been boats like this coming ashore all the time, and there just happened to be one caught on camera. But that's not quite the whole purpose of this video. I mean, the brazen attempt, or obviously successful feat of coming along the shore, it blows my mind that they're able to do this. And right there, all the tourists looking around, a lifeguard looking at this, it blows my mind. But we know this, the borders are open and basically not stopping these illegal immigrants from coming to the United States, these foreign nationals coming in, because we know when family comes in, they surrender, because under this administration, Biden said very clearly, if you come in, we're going to do catch and release. You don't have any criminal stuff, so go ahead and enjoy yourself in our country. And what they do is they set a court date to hear your immigration status, then the people disappear into the United States. And there's no way to track them or find them and say, okay, let's go ahead and have your court hearing. So what we see, we've talked about this many times, that I'm not even just say Biden, mind you, I'm going to say the government in a lot of ways is going completely against what we're doing here in the country and trying to live our lives. And they're purposely allowing these people to come in. And I'm going to prove that to you in just a couple more articles. Look at this one. We see things like this all the time. The Biden administration announces new gun restrictions. They're talking about all kinds of things to do. Oh, happy little graduates. You don't have to worry about guns in your future. And let's not even talk about, obviously, it's a Second Amendment right for us to bear arms. In Colorado and other states too, now they're even banning semi-automatic firearms, and this is nothing new. We know that they're trying to take away our firearms. Well, are they? Are they trying to take away all firearms in America? Of course not. They only want the citizens of the United States, people who they deem as just regular Joe Schmoes, to not have firearms. Now, what does this have to do with illegal immigration? I'm getting there, but I want you to understand the direction we're heading. So I talked about this a couple weeks ago. We can't have firearms. However, undocumented immigrants have a right to own guns. A judge rules. Not to mention, if you go into one of the stores, any store, to purchase a firearm, that's one of the questions. And so if you mark on there, yes, I'm a legal resident of the United States, and you mark it off, not only are you an illegal immigrant, but you're breaking the law. So what it does is this. It makes it for those of us who are law-abiding citizens based on our Second Amendment rights to own a firearm. They're trying to take away our firearms. But of course, we know this is what's happening. If we talk about people who are illegal, like criminals, illegal immigrants, all they have to do is check on the box and say, yeah, I'm a legal person here. And now suddenly they can get a firearm. And a judge ruled, said, you can have a firearm. But those of us who are legal, they're trying to take them away. We know that. That's very clear. Have you seen this? A popular LA rooftop restaurant now has a 4.5% security fee. It's not the 4.5% that's up to question here. It's why it's there. The fee helps team members and guests, and the money goes directly to security costs. Why? So think about this. So what they're doing is literally taking away guns from law-abiding people, letting the criminals have it. Illegal immigrants are criminals, and other people too. And also letting people who are, well, hired in the service of this. Let me put it this way. What security fees do you think they're paying for? Do you think they're paying for extra cameras? Yeah, that's going to stop somebody from coming in and doing something bad. Are they paying for, when you come to this restaurant, you have to do a background check? No, of course not. They are paying trained, armed guards in that restaurant. So what we're seeing is this. It's really simple. The government is like this little smokescreen, and here's what it comes down to. You're a ready law-abiding citizen, you don't need a gun. In fact, in a lot of cases, you're kind of the trouble here. But you know what? You don't need a gun. We're going to protect you. We'll protect you. Whereas the illegal immigrant or all the criminals, you can have guns. And now we want to make it so, obviously, only the people who are trained, paid professionals can have the guns. That's the only people, so they can take care of things for you. Well, obviously, if we're looking at a top-tier restaurant in LA, that is not the general populace. So what we're seeing is this. The top rich people will always have hired gun security to protect them, always. For those of us who are legal, we can't have the guns, but the illegals and every type of illegal immigrant and everybody else, you can have your guns. It's all about taking away the rights from 95% of Americans by making chaos with the people with the illegal stuff and making it so only the top down can protect them. So it's like that, like we're saying, if you live in some European country, they're like, oh, they don't allow guns here. That's not true. Your military, your police, your people who are hired as, like, for example, executive security can carry guns, but the average person can't. That's the direction we're heading in this country. And we're seeing this very clearly as motorboats fly up on the beach. In what state? The state of California. When we look at gun laws, is one of the strictest ones in the country, and they're the ones that actually is being invaded by boats flying up on the beach. Think about that. It's not simply about illegal immigration. It's about changing our country so the government is the one that's going to be in control and take away your freedoms. That's their plan.